Hey man, how the hell you doing? I've been just fine, living life with the noose, and in my mind, all I hear is music. Watching your mouth move, damn you look stupid. I feel like everyone's a stranger. Small talk with your narcissistic neighbor. She's real hot, but they said to never date her. I agree, but you did it and I hate her. You wanna get away? You better get in line. Won't go another day of wasting any time. I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 Hey man, can I get a favor? Yeah, sure, no, see you later. Sometimes I just wanna be a hater. Gotta wash down the top 40s with a chaser. Your voice starts feeling like a waiter. Scraping my mind against a cheese grater. Before you go, sir, you have to sign a waiver. That's alright, I'm aware of the danger. You wanna get away? You better get in line. Won't go another day of wasting any time. I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 No filter, I got no filter.
Evening, gentlemen.
All right. Good evening. How's everybody doing this evening?
What's going on,
Great.
fellas?
Some chats are just flying in here during the intro.
They are.
David, you know, he's 1760 Sports. He says, JD, he loves them melons.
Love to shoot them. Don't like to eat them.
Hey, Doug. Yes, we are 2A junkies, and we all are. So, tell you what, we got a big show tonight, I guess, here. So, I think right away we're going to start this off like we do each and every live stream, and that's with the Second Amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Boom.
I tell you what, we say it every time. This is getting more and more important each and every day. It seems like those 27 words. So,
You
yeah.
bet. So tonight we got a guy on, Mr. Andy Elliott from Blade Rain TV, out here from Watford City, right, Andy? There's Andy's logo right there.
You can
Yes,
find him on
sir.
YouTube.
And Andy's a huge Second Amendment advocate as well, just like Clayton and I, which we're going to get into. But first of all, Andy, why don't you give us a little background about yourself, where you're from, how you got here, and a little bit about Blade Rain.
Well, most of you guys know, you can probably tell from my accent, I am not from originally from North Dakota.
No.
Would have never guessed it, huh?
Didn't even notice it. I suppose
Yeah,
you
no,
drive a truck with that accent.
Oh, you know, I could 10-4. Breaker.
I got a pickup, but I grew up around here.
Oh no, I got you, man. No, I grew up in the southeast, South Carolina, pretty much on the coastal waters there, probably about 45 minutes from Myrtle Beach, believe it or not. And I ended up graduating a little town, Mullen, South Carolina. Graduated high school there, and kind of graduated and got out of there after I graduated and come out to the big sky country and try to trace the dream just like everybody did, trying to chase the dollar down. And one thing led to another, and moved my family out here and started a truck shop and started Blade Rain TV, and the rest is history, brother.
And here you are.
So what kind of truck shop is it you have, Andy? Long haul or repair, or what do you got?
Yeah, it's a line haul truck shop, heavy truck shop. We don't work on no automobiles or anything like that. It's just semi trucks, things of that nature. Work over rigs, mainly oil field stuff out here where I'm at in here,
Yep.
Western North Dakota.
Yep, I did because I did see some of your videos. You were working on a truck, so Andy looks like he's pretty he's a mechanic. He's pretty handy, right? Would you tell me you worked for Cummings out east, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I did. I worked for Cummins, and they had me all over. I worked back east and worked all up. Went to Washington, Prudhoe Bay, Alaska. Worked up there.
Dang.
Just kind of been all over, man. And then finally, I kind of want to know where I wanted to sit, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I think North Dakota sounds about right.
Yeah, glad to have you, buddy. Glad to have you up here. Yeah, we got.
Well, I feel welcome here, man. I've been out here. I've been coming out to Dakotas since 06 and moved my family out here in 2012, 13. So
You've been here a while.
Yeah, been here a while. Yeah.
So what made you get? Are you gonna read some of these comments here? Hey, Travis already said I'm un-American because I don't like watermelon.
Yeah, he said doesn't like watermelon, but he does like fried chicken, so we're good to go there.
So rack adventure, Southern boy. You know, Southern boy at heart there.
Yeah, Rack's Adventure Team. That's actually I'm part of that too. I'm one of the founders of that as well.
Oh,
and
okay,
we got a lot of boys down there. We got Chris Hawk down in Florida. Chris Johnson's down in Florida now, and we got Vance Bishop living down there in Georgia. We got some Texas guys. I mean, we're spread out all over. Our buddy Roy, he moved from Florida up to Tennessee now, so we're planning a big hog hunt here in January. So I'm heading down that way in January. It'd be fun.
So how you boys going to hunt hogs down there? I just got to ask.
As far as where, or
like how are you going to hunt them when you get down there?
I'm going to be using my rifle. That's what I take along with me. I usually take my 338 Lapua. I take a handgun, and I take I've been using my 220 Swift. Believe it or not, that's what I've been using.
Oh, you get some of them Southern boys that's down there. You got to get with them. You got to get the dogs on them and get the Bowie knife out, man.
Been done.
You've been done, huh?
Yeah. In fact, and I don't know. We went fishing that day. I wanted to go fishing. We had an opportunity. I didn't know they were going to take the dogs, and the guy's place where we hunt, his son-in-law, took the dogs out, and our buddy Waylon, oh yeah, he was out there, and I think Eric both. Eric's listening tonight. They're out there stabbing them with knives. That is on my bucket list in January. I want to kill something with a knife.
Primal, baby.
That's cool. And, I want to get to Texas and go fly in the chopper on my buddy's ranch down there.
Oh, that looks awesome, man.
That would be fun.
We got Dave Fettig, Andy. He said he's currently spectating from under an X-15 Cummings. He's dedicated.
Yeah, I see that. Currently spectating from under.
Buggies, yeah. Racks. I bet that's Vance out here. But yeah, we got a buggy down there we use of Chris's, and it's built, if I remember right, Vance can chime in here. I think it's on a 79 Ford frame, and you got to see this thing. It's a lot of fun.
So how'd you get Blade Range started up here, Andy? Did you start that before you came here, or once you got up to North Dakota? How'd that get started?
No, so Blade Range TV, it kind of started after I got here. We had a local show back east. Had two of my buddies there. We lost one of them. He come home from war, was dealing with some stuff. So, that's kind of a long story. And then the other, we kind of lost to cancer, and we were doing something local there. And then when I kind of came out here, it just kind of started something new, a new adventure. And then just Blade Range TV kind of come to life, and just kind of started investing in myself, and something I kind of wanted to do. Brings me back outside, brings me into myself, and gives me some peace of mind. Get out with the family and do a little hunting and enjoy it, and kind of get.
Were you a big bull hunter out east too, or did you kind of take to that out here? How'd that get going?
Yeah, no, I've always been a big bow hunter. Back east, I grew up mainly bow hunting. We had some shotgun hunting back there, but big bow hunter there. Never killed a whole lot of big deer. Back east, I know it's a touchy subject for people, but you don't measure the meat up by the size of the horns, right?
Yeah. I did notice that from listening to podcasts and watching outdoor hunting shows that it doesn't seem to be that as big of a deal out there as it is here to people.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
it's
kind of
just
a
hard.
snob that way. I'm not going to lie to you. So.
Well, I kind of, JD, I kind of envy you this year because I see you were bragging on Facebook there that you got a deer tag this
Oh,
year,
yeah, I'm
a
jacked,
rifle
man.
tag.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Oh, I know, man. It's been, dude. This will be the 6th year I have not drawn a rifle tag for buck out of North Dakota.
Oh, brutal.
Dude,
'Cause
it
you're
is.
putting in the
Well,
Badlands.
it's the unit that I'm in, but we got some nice mule deer out here, and
yeah, for sure.
we still got some nice whitetail in certain places. I mean, CWD got a little bit of them when we had that drought here a couple years ago, but it didn't get them all. That's a touchy subject too. And
Are you seeing any nice whitetail up there?
oh yeah, no, we got several good nice ones over down on the Yellowstone there that we're keeping our eyes on. A couple upcoming, couple shooters, but trying to make sure that we don't pull the trigger on the wrong one this year. Let's just put it that
way.
I see Vance was said down in Georgia. They just get a license and go. And I think they got a ton of deer down there.
Yeah, you got way more deer out down that way than up here, for sure.
I got to say, I got my tag again. Go figure, right?
Yeah, that dang big land barons, they get that gratis thing.
I did get my tag. So, I have to say, I finally seen some whitetails moving around here. EHD came through here pretty hard 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And really wiped a bunch of them out. But it's nice to see them coming. And Jamie and I were talking about this a while ago. How we weren't seeing any fawns. I can tell you right now, a lot of them got fawns with them. Some look pretty young, but some were born, looks like, on time.
I'll give you the report after this weekend. I'm heading up to Golden Valley this weekend. So
here's another thing I noticed. The mule deer that were hanging out here, Jamie?
Yeah.
They're gone. They're gone.
Really?
I don't know where they went, but the whitetails have moved in. So take it for what it is.
That's
They'll probably show up again this fall, but so
that's just the way it happens, man. The mule
so Andy,
so
do you hunt do you have your own property up there? Do you hunt? Because I seen the picture there where you got that feeder up in your camera there, and I seen a few of your pictures. Is that your land, or you got a landowner you work with?
No, it's a landowner. He's got about 2,500 acres, and we work with him, and we pretty much run everything through him, by him, and he knows what's going on and kind of help him managing the herds out there. And he's the biggest problem he's having, is it's not been able to harvest a nice buck every year. It's just they're not giving away enough doe tags. Because he asked me every year, he's like, "Can you harvest a couple more does? Can you get some more does out here?" And I'm like, "No, I can't harvest no more than what I got tags for."
Yeah,
they're just tearing his crops up and eating everything up. But
Clay and I actually had talked about that before. Like if there's a unit that had a lot of does that need to be taken out, there should be no reason to give them to bow hunters and let them guys go out and snuff them out. But I don't know.
Sure.
There's units with rifle tags. Clay lives down 3F2. I get there's going to be a ton of doe tags left for rifle down there. I guarantee it.
Yeah, there is, and there shouldn't be. I mean,
there might be some buck
here.
tags left. Actually, I haven't looked yet, but
I haven't either. But I can tell you right now, I'm going to be real particular. I mean, as far as it goes for me, but even if I let anybody hunt this year, unless I see if I don't see more numbers, I might not even fill my tag. I can tell you right now, between the bad winter and EHD, it's been tough on the deer around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that those meetings, we've been to a lot of those meetings DNR had. We were talking about this with EHD on the private land with this baiting law, that we were dealing with up here.
Oh yeah.
They were trying to blanket everything, and I reached out. I mean, I'm a Liner Nation. I mean, I reached out to Luke, and I told Luke, I said, "Man, I don't know what's going on." I said, "But we need some help up here." So I know I got Hunter Nation involved, and then John Armin.
Oh yeah, he was up
Bismarck.
here at the Capitol. Yeah, was he here, or did he do a video? Because I know the guy Uncle Ted does the nightly show with there.
Yeah, you talking about John himself? There at the Cap. Who are we talking about? I guess I got.
Yeah, the guy who does the nightly nudes there with Uncle Ted. He was.
Yeah,
he
Mark,
did a video.
Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Keith
there
Mark.
you go.
Yeah,
McMillan Adventures or whatever used to be on with the wrestlers.
River Adventures. Yeah.
He
was there. So I mean, they kind of helped push back, but I didn't realize at the time we were dealing with this that I got hold of. I had talked to John Armin there in Bismarck, that does the Ultimate Outdoor Adventure.
Oh yeah, I'm friends with John. Yep.
And I didn't realize that there was already a coalition kind of pushing back against this here in the state.
Big time.
Yep. And, of got behind that and then kind of got them involved. The next thing I know, we had some legislation to get passed here. So it was a nice thing to be able to see that they kind of stepped up to the plate and kind of listened to us, because it goes back to what you said, Clay. We are the steward of our own lands, or the lands that we hunt and manage. If we're going to do something, we're going to do something. We're going to do it to the best of our ability to protect the wildlife that we hunt and we spend our hard-earned money on. So it's just it's the way of life for us. But some political leaders don't see it that way.
If this is working correctly, it looks like it is. Here's Blade Rain TV on YouTube.
Yep, there it is right there. You bet I can see it on there.
We got
118 video. I love this. This ain't Hollywood. We hunt and we love doing it. I like that. There you go.
So we got a lot of stuff on there. Everything's not on there. There's some stuff that we're kind of been holding back on because we haven't launched full platform yet. It's just kind of tidbits and some highlights, with Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So trying to figure out what's going to happen here next year after this 24 election before we probably go full board with anything.
Yeah. Do you guys have a website, or you just got the YouTube channel?
Nope, just the YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram pages.
All right.
What's your biggest one, Andy? Because I think Facebook's probably our best one. We do have a lot of subscribers on YouTube as well, but I think for our live stream and stuff like that, I mean, I get a lot of shorts on YouTube that work good, but
yeah, I guess it really depends. For the most part, I would probably have to say for the amount of time that it's took probably to get the little bit of following that we have on Facebook, I acquired that on Instagram in just a few months. So I think, it just depends on whether you're doing reels or whether you're doing posts or shorts. We get a lot of traffic everywhere, just kind of all over the place, man.
Yeah, I actually got rid of our IG. That almost did nothing for us. So maybe I don't know what the hell's going on Instagram or Clay, but yeah, Facebook and YouTube are working great for us. So
yeah. And I've really my wife commented. I got to bring this out, boys. My wife commented on it. She's like, I want to get my first deer this year. So
yeah.
Was that your wife that chimed in there?
Yes, Sandra.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, there it is, right there. She's gonna get her first deer this year.
She bow hunting, or she going rifle? What's she going with, Andy?
Yeah. Well, I can get her set up. She'll be bow hunting with me. We do a lot of ground. We do a lot of ground blind hunting, especially out here. You guys ain't I coming from the east, coming out here, it took me a while to learn how to hunt this grass out here, man. And a blade of grass over your boot in most places.
Yeah, especially out where you're at.
Oh, dude, it's just you got to use the draws. You got to use the draws in the canyons, and we had some guys come out from Texas last year, just south down in that's probably South Dakota is there.
Oh yeah,
it's all that side of South Dakota is just like it is in western North Dakota, and those guys are coming out antelope hunting, and they come out and they're like, man, it's like, how do you guys hunt this? Like, there's no animals here. It's like I can see as far as the eye can see, and it's like
they're here. Dude, trust me,
they're there. I'm like, you gotta hang with me, and I was like, we'll get through this, and
they left. Good glass.
Yeah. Yeah, big glass, brother.
So Andy, when you bow hunt, what's your choice there? To use the fixed or mechanical for your broadhead? What's your choice?
I kind of go back and forth. I've always relied on my old 4-bladed fixed blade Muzzy.
Yep.
But Josh over at Triple Point last year, he created that Clovis broadhead. I don't know if you guys probably seen.
Oh yeah, I've watched some videos on it. That looks deadly, man.
Oh yeah, no, it's deadly. And last year, we hunted with the Clovis all year, and it proved itself time and time again. And he's put that thing through some tough animals, even the most baddest, thickest hide animals that you can possibly get your hands hold to over in Africa, and it's performed time and time again. Yeah.
So. Guess what? Tell you what, we're coming up here about 20 after the hour. I was kind of thinking, why don't we take a quick break? We'll go. That's a good place to take a break. Thank our sponsors, and then we'll come right back with Andy
here we go.
Elliott from Blade Rain.
You bet. The 701 is proud to be sponsored by Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota. If you can't stop by, feel free to give them a call at 701-258-6308. Doug and the guys are ardent Second Amendment supporters and will always shoot straight with service and fair pricing. It's been a long winter with lots of snow, ice, and rough roads. So now's the time to get that alignment checked from the curb shots, potholes, and bumpy snow-covered roads. Summer will be here before you know it, so get that rig scheduled for an AC charge. Make sure and tell the guys at Lowry you heard the sponsored Guns in the 701 and thank them for supporting and promoting our Second Amendment civil right. That's Lowry Auto Repair, 309 South Washington Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 701-258-6308. Your North Dakota proud, patriotic auto repair service.
All right, yeah. I know Axe isn't on tonight, but he must be busy. So
You might be working late, making some money there at the shop. I don't know.
that's okay. That's okay. Keep that sponsorship rolling, right?
There you go.
So David Fetting, he chimed in here and he said that it's like that Bill Engvall joke. You can't push your wife out of the tree stand. And Vance there with Rax, he says, yeah, it took some getting used to when I lived there. But the hunting experience up there are the best I've ever had. Great land to hunt, great game, and I got some really good hunting buddies there. And that's true. Vance has been, I've known him for a long time now. Yeah, he came up here. He's from Florida originally, and he spent some pretty tough winters up here. And
oh yeah.
So I helped him move back to Georgia, and I think that was the first time I really kind of went down into that country, other than when we went down hog hunting. So that's how that whole thing happened. So now
I got you.
North, south, it don't matter. I like going down there and visiting, and I'll go back. I'll keep going back for a long time. But yeah, Vance is a good guy.
When you got your feeder there, Andy, what do you put in your feeder the most, like for your feed? And I mean, if you got mineral you put down too, what do you use for that?
Yeah, well, this time of year I feed a lot of mineral out there, in the velvet, and especially when they coming out of winter here. But we use a lot of Lucky Buck mineral and a lot of mineral from Gone Wild Products. Aaron over there in Wisconsin, they make a good product as well.
Okay,
and we're feeding them the beets, the apple, and they got the pumpkin and the squash, and dude, they tearing that stuff up, man, right now.
The muleys get on that too, or just the whitetails?
Yeah, the muley, believe it or not, but it's just like Clay was saying a few minutes ago. It's weird because the diversity that we have where I'm able to hunt here. We got the river bottom, and then we got the Badlands, and it's weird because the mule deer, it never fails. Come winter, they move to the river bottoms, and the whitetail leave. I cannot tell you where they go. I don't know. It's like they do a disappearing act, man.
Yeah,
and then here spring rolls around, and when turkey season opens, it never fails. The mule deer leave out, and the whitetail move back in. Man, it's like everybody just packs their bag and says, "Okay, now I've spent enough time here. I got to go explore somewhere else." So it's weird, but they do, and they share. And I do feed a lot of big tine as well, but they share the mineral bait, the mineral sites, and the bait, and it's just mule deer they're a little bit more picky than the whitetail, I would have to say. Especially when it comes to the mineral,
for sure.
I think a lot of that has to do with breeding grounds versus, to come back to certain areas to actually have the babies. I noticed that I got 2 quarters where there's nothing over there during the summer. I guarantee you, though, about August, September, things start coming back because the does come back and they start, they bring in their babies with them, their fawns, and then the bucks, that's the breeding areas, what I can tell. And then they drop. That's where I find probably 90% of the sheds from our places over there. Right. Whatever it is about those 2 quarters, that's their home turf, and I'm okay with that. I love it that we own them.
Well, Clay, have you seen any, or either JD out there, have you guys seen any fawns hitting the ground yet?
I'll tell you what, Andy, I was out 2 weeks ago, and I saw 1 muley fawn. That was it, and nobody else had seen it. But right before you came on, Clay and I were talking. Clay said down at his place he hadn't seen any either. So Clay, tell Andy what you been seeing here this week.
Yeah, now this week I've been out there, doing some haying and doing some fencing, and guess what? We got fawns on the ground. I hadn't seen any really up till here in this past week, so that's good to see. Some got the spots. I can tell some of them are pretty dang new, but some of them I've been seeing are actually, they've got some size to them, so they were probably born a good month ago. Just didn't see them, but it's good to see because I can tell you right now, it was looking pretty meek. I know June 10th when we did the prairie dog shoot over in Selfridge, none of us had seen anything.
No,
I hadn't even hardly seen any deer. No. So I'm glad to see them now. It's just good.
I hope so. I was worried that winter made all these muleys bored. So we'll see what happens. I know I was on Scott's show on Saturday, and he said he hasn't seen any yet either. So.
Yeah.
We got a question here for Andy. He says, "Do you see any antelope on the sweet feed?"
No, no antelope, man. I
Uh,
see mountain lion, believe it or
yeah.
not.
Oh,
But
I bet.
really?
That doesn't surprise me though. Antelope generally, I mean, I've been lived here my whole life. It's like in a bad winter, they will sit by a haystack and die before they'll eat it.
yes,
They
they
just don't
will.
eat it. They'll rather paw down. When they can't paw down, they
You
just
better put
die.
Lynette's comment up there, Clay.
Oh, did Lynette join in? All
Yep.
right. Oh, there it is. Yep, Axe and I are here for sure. Wouldn't miss the best podcast in North Dakota. Appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Lynette. Appreciate that.
Eric's got on here. He said, yeah, he goes, we got lots of fawns on the ground. So Eric
Good.
lives about 40 miles be southwest of me. And yeah, evidently he's seeing some fawns down there. So that's good news,
Yeah.
guys, that they're
Yeah.
out there.
Like I said, when I'm up there this weekend, I'll have a little better read on it. My buddy John's coming with, and he's definitely into. He got a muley doe tag, but he's jacked up for me and my buddy. About half of us got buck tags. We usually do, but I got your number, Andy. I'll keep you up to speed on what I'm seeing up there, buddy.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
deal. That's
And,
good. I know out of South Dakota because I haven't seen a whole lot of fawns drop up here on the Yellowstone. That's the reason I've
Okay.
asked.
Yeah.
So, but
Maybe they're late, man. That's good. Maybe.
I guess I had to believe it or not. We had bucks dropping headgear here just like maybe 2 weeks before turkey season opened up. And
Yeah, they're
that kinda
hanging
blew
on
my
long.
mind. Yeah, they were hanging on to them.
same thing here. The bucks I did see, boy, I was like, wow, what are they doing with antlers? Usually they're gone by now. But yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed that in a lot of places. Chime in. Anybody else has seen that? Because I've heard of others saying, wow, they held on to them for a long time this year. So
You were saying too, Andy, how the deer move in and out. I know at our place, it's in our big main pasture there. It's mostly mule deer, and I mean, there's been years where we've been out scouting and all we see is just dink bucks, and I was like, man, there's no bucks here. And man, I'll tell you what, that opening weekend, I don't know what happens. We're like, oh, I don't know if somebody's out, all the road hunters are out driving, chasing them around, but they seem to show up and usually just like, so like this year I got mine. I'm going to try not to get discouraged. And because when you're scouting, man, you like to see them big, heavy muleys with that velvet, gets you all jacked up. Oh my God, how big's he going to be? Actually, I got to be honest with you, Andy. I've gotten to the point where I almost enjoy scouting and watching them as much as I do hunting them. I don't know how you are, but man, I love sitting there watching deer do their thing. I get a kick out of that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, we live a place to be able to do that out here. You got to have, like we said, you got to have some nice glass to look through from afar. But
what do you use for glass?
Vortex.
Vortex. Yeah, that's what I got too. The HD, the big one. So
yeah,
I got Brunton. And I like my Bruntons, but I can tell you right now, they're not doing it anymore. When I was hooked up with the NRA, they were a big part of the program, but their binoculars were just fantastic. They really are. They're clear. They're good in low light. I'll put them up against any of that stuff, but I can tell you right now, their scopes, even if you see them online, go ahead and pass.
So what do you got for your bear archery, right, Andy? That's what your bow is?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm on Bears pro staff here for 23. We shooting bear. We've been shooting bear the last couple of years here. Kind of got back to our roots.
Yeah, you just got back from one actually. Did you get one then?
Actually, no, man. They the bear, I don't know what it is, man. Either Idaho don't like me or the bear. Whenever I walk in the woods, I bring in an evil presence because you can ask my wife, dude. I have hunted and hunted and hunted, and it's a bear don't have very good eyesight, but they can smell.
They can smell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
and run.
Oh yeah, for sure. They can get away as fast as they get there, but. I don't know. I've been hunting Idaho the last 2 years, and it's kind of treated me rough. I did get a chance at a bear last year, but I don't know where it came from. But you know how the magical twigs grow out of the ground that you hit.
Oh yeah.
Somehow or another, your arrow ends up a tree. So
yeah.
However that happens, but it happens. So I missed opportunity there, and it's just like I jinxed myself or something because it was. Game over. And
I'm curious, what's the IBO on the bow you use then?
It's about 285.
Oh, so. Wow, that ain't even that fast then, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm shooting the new Execute this year. I got it jacked all the way up, and You know, it just depends on, draw lengths. I mean, they got the 30 to 32. So I know the 30 is a little bit faster than the 32. Just depends on what a guy wants, I mean, they make a great bow for, the entry level guy, kids, all the way up to your experienced guy. So it's kind of what I like about Bear. That's what they offer.
Do you notice that when you turn it down, is it more accurate? Do you lose a little more accuracy as you crank up the speed or not?
It's bow hunting's what, Grace, right? It's all about how the agility of it. You pull it back. So of course, the smoother you can draw it and shoot it, usually the more accurate you are.
Yeah.
So it's everybody's got caught up on speed all these years, and
I
understand speed's nice, but speed ain't what kills. Quietness is what kills.
Yeah, and hey, accuracy, man. If you're not, I don't care. Like I said, my buddies have hunted with 300 Win Mags, and you don't hit them right, and then whitetail get away from them too, or a muley, and so I got a 6.5 Credo Works is great. What's that, Clay? I'm sorry.
Accuracy is everything. I used to hunt with a Swift. That's what I started out with, was a Swift, and it was legal in South Dakota. I tell you what, it probably made me a better hunter because I wanted to make sure I got closer, and I wanted to take. I did not shoot unless I had a good, clean shot because I didn't want to be chasing it. So it probably made me a better hunter in that aspect. And it's the one gun I had. It was the one that my grandpa had given me, so didn't have a lot of money back in them days. So I was happy to have it. And now I have all these choices.
Yeah, you got all you need now.
And I still grab my 270, the very first gun I bought. That's my favorite. And I love it.
I seen Rack's adventure team wants to know how the pheasant's looking up there, Andy.
We got a lot of pheasant, man.
Really?
Really? Yeah, believe it or not, dude, we covered up. I know we've had a pretty rough winter this year, but for the winter that we've had, most of the birds was able to get down those river bottoms and survive the winter there on the farm. Wow. Yeah, so we got a pretty good bit of birds.
You do a lot of bird hunting, or you just heavy into the bow hunting at that time of year?
I do at times. I got a buddy that lives over near Minot, near Sawyer, North Dakota there. I go with him from time to time. He was actually, when I worked for Cummins all those years before I stepped out and did my own thing, he was actually my boss. And we go from time to time. I haven't been in a couple years, but I don't know what the bird situation is over there, between south of Minot there. I don't know. It's been a while, but I know.
Would he shoot a 410 then?
Oh no. Usually a 12 gauge is usually overkill,
I just had to get that in there. You guys don't know Andy. He's a large American, so I had to get a little shot on.
There we go. We need to use not just a 410, Jamie. We need to get the Taurus Judge out.
There we go.
We'll do some bird hunting.
There you go.
Keith O'Donnell chimed in here. He said he likes his Brunton. So, and I don't know if you've ever used that stuff as far as their glass, but yeah, I said I love my binoculars.
I think you had your binos there, and we were prairie dogging.
So good binos. They really are. Eric's got on here that he saw a muley yesterday that is going to be a smoker this year. He goes, he's on private land that I can't get on, but he's within 2 miles. We're just gonna have to lure him over there. You know how
he'll move. He'll move.
Get some of that Gone Wild product, that apple, them beets. That'll pull him over there.
What's David got here?
David's got, that's kind of a FUD caveman method. Bigger gun, bow heavier, projectiles, fastest and best. I'd rather shoot a 308 Win and a 55, 60-pound bow.
Yeah. I'm a 6.5 Creed guy in a crossbow, so I was going to ask you, Andy, what was that? Man, you had that like little pistol crossbow thing, and that thing was smoking at like 350. I saw you shoot that target on your video there.
I'm trying to remember which one. Now, there's been a couple different ones that we had looked at.
You were by your shops there, I think, and you had a target set up there, and that thing was pretty sweet.
Oh, that's my buddy Dirk sent that to me. That is a ballista. When that little ballista, like a little handheld pistol. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little deal.
Can you put broadheads on there for anything, or is it just like a kind of a target?
Oh yeah, no, you can put broadheads on it and shoot it. I think those are like up to about 20 yards, 15, 20 yards is about the max on that. You don't want to get out there anything past that because you're losing a lot of speed there. Yeah. But those guys are bow fishing with those things, and they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff with that stuff. Oh yeah, man.
I mean, compact. People got people got truck guns, man. You get a truck crossbow there, a home defense crossbow. I mean, 'cause I think it was like 300 and something, wasn't it, for the speed of the bolt?
like 320, like because they
Yeah.
got, I think they make a reverse. I think they make they make a regular bat and a reverse bat. I think the reverse bat is like 320 or so.
Yeah, I mean, inside of a home defense situation, that's going through it's going through an intruder like butter. I'll guarantee you that.
Sure, buddy. That would be pretty cool. You know,
Yeah,
I actually told another guy about that. I was like, man, he's like, you know what? He's like, that's a pretty good idea. I'm like, no joke, man. I was like, can you imagine one of those bolts with, you know, I don't know if you guys ever seen it, how they do in the South with some of those gators, you know, they got those bang sticks.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, you hit somebody with one of those, an intruder coming in your house, dude, it'd be all over with. But
oh yeah, yeah. I like that crossbow idea though. You'd see him and get him, and then he'd just freeze up when it go through and be like, "Yeah, man, you're dead, and you don't even know it."
Yeah. So that's another heated hot topic of the whole crossbow thing. You know,
yeah, we've discussed it here.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Last night I listened to a lot of the latest podcast. I had to make a run over to Missoula, Montana to go pick some engines up. So I've been up for the last almost 48 hours here. So
you're gonna crash and burn, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm always running and gunning. You know, I got to sleep. I guess I can sleep when I'm dead, but I gotta make the money. Got to make the money to support the habit, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
crossbows are we just saw in Minnesota. We just did that on Jay's show.
Yeah, Monday we did it on Jay in the Crosshairs on KFYR Plus. Yeah,
because we got a show there every Monday morning afternoon for you,
afternoon for me.
Yeah, we got the hour difference, but they actually just passed the deal. It's going to allow crossbows now in their regular archery season, and of course now they're seeing a spike in crossbow sales. And I'm really
barely though. That was the thing. I'm
really going to be watching that because I want to see what that does and how it affects things. Because in 2 years, I'm planning to bring that again through the legislature and see what we can do. So I'm going to use their data to see. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we don't want to pursue it, but we're going to find out.
I keep giggling because Matt Simon's got a comment. He says "P dogging" in quotes when I said that. He goes, means something totally different to me to you than me, JD. I got you, Matt. I got you.
Yeah, curdling, dogging it.
So yeah, Andy, we did that show, and then the guy at the couple bow shops were like, "Yeah, we were selling like one a week," and he said, "I'm just going from the hip, maybe one a day now." And then, of course, they had one guy on. He said it wasn't real hunting, and he owned a bow shop. And then I told Clay, I said, in the gun world, we got fuds who think all you should have is your 3-round rifle and your double barrel shotgun. I go, this guy here's a fud of the bow world, dude.
I run into these archery guys that. I mean, they don't like compound bow hunters because they think you should be using longbow or you should be using recurves. It just amazes me how many different factions. You got the same thing going on in the archery world that we do in the firearms world.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think recurves are cool, man. When I was a kid, that's all me and my buddy shot. We had recurves. We had we had targets and we shot them and never really hunted. We maybe got some gophers or something now and then, pure luck with just the field tip. And man, we were celebrating like wild men after we did that. But
I had to put this comment up. Andy's wife says he's the Energizer Bunny. So
there you go.
Kudos. Tip the hat there.
I just need somebody to change my D batteries every once in a while. It takes a lot. My wife will tell you I'm into a lot of different things and always constantly going and doing things and just might as well do it. Might as well do it now. So I mean, because when I get older,
any younger like
I'm not getting any younger, man. That's for sure.
How old a guy are you, Andy?
I'm this year I'll be 43.
Oh,
lucky bastard! I'm 52.
I turned 49 this year.
Well, I don't feel. There's days that I don't feel 43 because of the stupid stuff that I had done in my younger years.
Oh, I hear that. Well, Eric Newman chimes in. He says compound bows are bows with training wheels, according to my dad. And he's right, according to his dad, because I know Eric uses a compound bow.
Yeah, well, Eric and I did a video after Second Amendment Day, just kind of comparing. He had his compound, and I have my crossbow. I still, man, Andy, you edited some video. We take a lot of I had just actually upgraded my phone because I couldn't store all the videos on there.
Right.
Yeah, every once in a while, I'll make one of my kids sit down and help because I can edit them, but they're way faster at running a phone than old dad is. You know, they can make $20 doing it. So, and hey, if anybody was wondering, Andy, you did. You think you just bow hunts? You went on a big elk hunt there, right, Andy? I watched your video. You went to Oregon, right? I know I said it wrong out there. It's Oregon, but I say Oregon.
We whatever, call it what you want. But yeah, no, I did. I drew last year. I drew a rifle tag out of the Columbia unit for a bull elk, and you know, unfortunately, I mean, we can hunt elk here in North Dakota, but you know, who knows when you'll draw a tag, right?
Yeah.
So I was able to draw that bull tag out there, and I was like, dude, I was like, it might be a rifle tag. I was like, but I'm not missing it for nothing in this world. And it was a good hunt. I went out there with Hunt Oregon there in Eastern Oregon, there over by Pendleton, and they got
good whiskey.
Yeah, they got they got a lot of there's a lot of whiskey there, but they got a lot of land and nice ranch and what's unique about their Eastern Oregon where we were at, you know, there wasn't a whole lot of trees where I ended up harvesting that bull, but that's because I was down in Columbia unit. There's a Hepner unit which is north of there, and believe it or not, I put in for that tag for this year, and I did draw another bull tag. So I guess
it looked pretty bare there, moonscapey looking almost to me.
Yeah, he was up on a ridge. We were down in the bottom looking up, and that the video. I know I kind of put a sneak peek of what was going on there. Yeah,
right there, guys.
That's it right there.
I'm kind of playing it right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and we that's not even the bull we were actually after. The bull that we were after was a big dark chocolate horn bull, but he was with about 300 cows, and me and the guide we talked and talked, and I was like, dude, I was like, if we get on this bull, I said, there's going to be so many eyeballs. I said, it's just going to be nothing but sheer luck, right? So, and in the midst of stalking that bull down, we run across that bull because we did do a stalk on another set of bulls before I actually got a shot at the particular one that I was able to harvest. And there goes that group of cows.
Oh, wow, that's a big group of cows.
That's crazy. I mean, it's just bare there, and they're just out in like mule deer out in the middle of.
It's a lot of farm country there, you know. So it was different hunting for me, and I knew it was going to be different, you know, coming into it because I was told like it's not going to be what you expect, and it was not what I expected at all. But it's still. It's still vast. It's just like Idaho, straight up or straight down. So, you know, you gotta make sure you hit the gym before you get there. But
what'd you use then? It was a 300 Win Mag you had, right? Because you dumped him pretty good. You made a heck of a shot. He went right down, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I actually I hit that bull twice before he actually hit the dirt, but I did miss him in between the first shot and the last shot because I was trying to take a shot. He was running and we were scared he was going to go up over the ridge, and I was able to get the shot without cresting the skyline. But as he tried to go up, he was hurt too bad, so he turned when he come down, and then he presented that, you know, that broadside shot when he turned, and then it was over with, man.
How far was that away when you nailed him?
It was 398 yards.
Nice.
Nice.
What grain bullet were you going with? A 150 or something bigger?
Yeah, it was a 150. Yeah.
So that's the one right there, huh? That we're watching right now.
Oh yeah,
that's him. Yep, the one there in the rear there. Yep. You'll see him go up. He kind of goes up. I did, you know, of course, did some fancy video editing there, but it kind of goes up because. Well, the cameraman, what's crazy is we know
all about that, don't we, JD?
Yeah.
the first shot, I don't know what happened, but the camera didn't actually capture the sound of the first shot. Okay. So it kind of really, you know, in the going back, I don't know what happened, but in the video there, but the second shot, you definitely can, that one that put him down, you can definitely hear it when it goes off. But it was a hunt of a lifetime. Awesome. That was my first bull elk. So it was great to be able to have an opportunity to go over there and hunt with those guys and offer me the opportunity to do it. And just good people, good place. I know they got some.
That looked like fun, man. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. They got some cow hunts available yet for 23. So if you guys know anybody just wanting to go on some cow hunts that possibly ain't never killed an elk, or
I saw you posted that on your Facebook page today.
Yeah. They had a couple cancellations, so you know, people's kind of been changing plans and doing some other things, but they got a few open over there. If anybody's
So
out there,
let's take another double commercial here, Clay, and then let's ask Andy this question here that Dave's got up. I think that's a good question.
Yep, sounds good.
We can go over that with. So, all right, we're gonna do our double ad here, Andy. If you're good. You're a trucker. You can hold yours for hours. So just hang on there. The 701 is proud to be sponsored by Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota. If you can't stop by, feel free to give them a call at 701-258-6308. Doug and the guys are ardent Second Amendment supporters and will always shoot straight with service and fair pricing. It's been a long winter with lots of snow, ice, and rough roads, so now's the time to get that alignment checked from the curb shots, potholes, and bumpy snow-covered roads. Summer will be here before you know it, so get that rig scheduled for an AC charge. Make sure and tell the guys at Lowry you heard the sponsor, Guns in the 701, and thank them for supporting and promoting our Second Amendment civil right. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 309 South Washington Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 701-258-6308. Your North Dakota proud, patriotic auto repair service.
Guns in the 701 is sponsored by the Blind Guy of North Dakota. For all your custom window coverings, you can contact them at 701-222-3932. They're freedom-minded, they're patriotic, and they love the Second Amendment. This husband-wife team was born and raised right here in North Dakota and based out of Bismarck. Again, for your Second Amendment company, for all your custom window coverings, the Blind Guy of North Dakota, 701-222-3932, or visit them on the web at blindguynd.com. All right. And again, we want to thank our sponsors, Lauer Auto Repair, down there on 309 South Washington Street. I tell you what, you need some work done. If you're ever stuck in Bismarck, Andy, you got to go down and see Axe down at Lauer Auto. He'll get you back on the road. So
make sure I will, brother.
Hey, man, if anybody goes in, use our sponsors, make sure you tell them you appreciate them sponsoring Guns in the 701. They love hearing that, and it only helps us out. So.
Yep,
all right,
absolutely.
Clay, why don't you read this out here?
Well,
for
David has
Andy.
a question.
We'll all take a listen. I got a good comment.
Says the technology on the crossbows is insane. What are your thoughts? Has it gone too far, or bring on the technology? Example is the Ravens. Did I say that right? Or Raven.
Raven. Yeah. You shoot like a baseball group at 100 yards with them.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I know. David. I guess. I'm not a real big crossbow guru myself. I have no issues with anybody using a crossbow. There's a lot of heated stuff out there about, should you be able to use crossbow during compound season or, however. But as far as the technology in the crossbows, I think that technology is good and it can go so far, but I think it's going to come to a point to where they're going to reach their max, just like they have with the compound world, the vertical bow. And it's going to get, it can only get better. It can't get any worse, right? So it's just like I think that if they can make a crossbow that can shoot up to 200 yards efficiently, hey, I think rock and roll with it, man. We can go out there and go blow some watermelons or something up. We can have some fun with it, right?
Andy, I'm
not saying out there and shoot a deer at 200 yards with a crossbow,
right.
But I guess if you could, I guess there's nothing wrong with it. I guess bring it on. I'm always open to new ideas. But my buddy Josh, that's a very good question. And my buddy Josh over at Triple Point Outdoors with the Clovis Broadhead there, he is a Raven crossbow nut. And you could probably reach out to him there on Facebook.
Man. They make I didn't know they made crossbow, bro. All right, I'm hitting them up then for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the beautiful thing about the Clovis Broadhead. You can shoot it out of anything. It don't matter. You got over the years, you got different broadheads for different things, vertical bows, crossbows, whatever. The Clovis, you can shoot it out of any crossbow, any vertical bow, any speed. Awesome. It don't matter, because the faster that sucker runs through the air, the more it just loves it. Sweet. So it's just he has that Earth Tech magnet technology that retains those blades, and that keeps the blades from rattling and doing all kinds of crazy stuff there.
Good.
Yeah. So it's rocking and rolling.
Because I like my muzzies, man, but that little rubber ring on there, they got that new collar, but I'm not. Hey, muzzy, I'm not. I love it, man. Them things that work. The two bucks I've killed.
Tried and true, man. Tried and true. They always have been
spectacular kills. But
so
here's Go ahead, Clay. I was
Go
just
ahead
going
and
to say,
finish this
Andy,
up, then we'll go on to the comment.
my
here.
answer to what I would say about the technology and shooting farther. My crossbow go it's 380, and I've missed the biggest buck I would ever got bow hunting with it at 60 and 70 yards. I shot under them both times, but I would never think about even trying at 100 yards with that. I could, but it's like if it's like with my 6.5 Creed and there's a deer out there at 800 and the wind's blowing 15, I'm not taking that shot.
No.
But first of all, when you're bow hunting, Andy, maybe tell me what you think. No matter what you're shooting, even if you got a raven, you still have to be able to have that deer come to you. It doesn't matter. You can have the best bow you want, but if you're on hunting grounds where you're not having any deer come in, it doesn't matter how far you can hit it with. There's no deer around, right?
Well, yeah, no, that's for sure. I mean, it's just like it's like any other weapon that we use. You got to be comfortable enough with it to be able to take the shot. So it's all in the individual. Because Clay, you may be good at 50 yards with it. JD, you may be good at 100 yards or 150, and I might not be good up to 20 yards. Who knows? So I just maybe it's for some people, maybe it's for not. But it's one of those things that you just got to know your weapon and know what you're doing, and you got to be able to make that ethical shot because we want to make sure that we do it right when we do it.
And that's what you're going to get. That Raven's going to give you a more ethical shot at a little longer range for sure. I mean, no matter what, people are going to take unethical shots, whether it's with a crossbow, whether it's with your vertical bow, or whether it's a 30-30, you got a deer out there at 400, and somebody's going to start running the old lever trying to hit that sucker.
Well, that's it. Proficiency with anything you use to hunt with, proficiency comes with using it and getting out there and putting stuff down range. Your accuracy is going to improve it the more you practice, and that's with a gun, that's with a bow, that's with a handgun. I like to shoot handguns, and I can tell you right now that a lot of people I know don't like to shoot a handgun, but mostly because they can't hit nothing with it because they haven't shot it enough. I don't know how many times I've run into that. And here I'm going to put up what Eric said here. He says, "Hunters are our own worst enemy. People always fight amongst what they use. People need to pull up their big boy on these. As long as it's legal, shut your mouth." There's a lot to that. To me, I look at crossbow versus archery versus any, to me, the more people hunting, isn't that a good thing? I mean, I look at a crossbow as being something that probably would be a way to bring young people into it, just like I use smaller guns to introduce, my kids when I was introducing them to it, and introduce any children. To make them lifelong hunters, lifelong gun owners, and lifelong outdoorsmen. And I think anything you can get that has technology and is going to make it easier, user friendly. Isn't that the idea of the computers and Windows? Made it user friendly. Let's do that with our hunting equipment.
Everything gets easier. I mean, the more technical, right?
Yeah.
Cars, everything.
Everything, I guess. And that's the idea. Then we're going to have more people.
You only shed muskets in the Second Amendment. Class.
Yeah, only muskets.
But speaking on that, guys, I think the other thing too, with anything, whether it's archery or firearms, it's the simplicity, in it, because I think about now when we going out and we're trying to film stuff and getting stuff on camera. It's not easy. People think you just walk out in the woods and strap a tree and you go grab a camera and you pull it up and then it happens. And it don't happen that way. I got camera on my hat, cameras on my shoulders, camera on my bows, camera on my bags. I mean, in most cases, if I don't have a cameraman and he's not following me, I'm having to capture that moment, on my own. And that's very hard. So the added equipment, sometimes I know that kind of does drive me crazy, is I feel like I can have too much with me, so you're kind of fumbling around looking for things. And it's just like, you kind of have to sit back and just kind of take a deep breath and just go, hey, look, I gotta leave some of this stuff in the truck next time.
I took a camera, and I took my lid camera when we went out on the prairie dog shoot. I did use the camera, and even that, I mean, I got some video. I was reviewing it, but it was a pretty tough day that day. It was cloudy, and then it was sunny. It's hard to see. And of course, my eyes seem like they're not working as good as they used to when I was younger. And then my buddy Eric, the one who just made that comment, he does a lot of filming, and he's got the same camera. He's got a lid camera. We both have Tacticams. I believe you're using a Tacticam as well on your bow. And the Tacticam is a hell of a good, useful tool. But if you don't have that refraction, that deal you put on your scope, like his wasn't set correctly, and we went to review some prairie dog footage this weekend, and none of it worked. He had some great kills,
Ain't
and I
that
was able to
amazing?
salvage
dang,
like
we gotta
2
do
of
it
them.
again.
Yeah, I got to go out and do it again. Now, I will say, I don't know what you use for video editing, but I have a program specifically for video editing, and that takes a lot of time. People don't get what it takes to make a 10 to 15-minute video. First the
Yeah.
filming and then the editing. It's just amazing the amount of hours that goes into that.
Well, Andy, I'll say this: I got a video. I had a muley doe tag for rifle season, and a bunch of my buddies have buck tags, and I was specifically there to film, everybody with me on the hunt trying to get a deer kill. And if you watch a video in November, my buddy Rob got the biggest buck he ever got, decent buck. I mean, not a massive buck by any means,
Right.
but I got it on video. I got the whole thing on video. The stock and all that, but guess what? When I tried to sit up and zoom in on the deer, the dang grass was too tall, so it screwed up the focus. You hear me on the video, just say, "Screw it, just shoot him."
Actually, I think I did. I think I did see that, JD.
I made a heck of a shot. He dumped
but
it.
You know what though? That's kind of where Blade Rain TV in my mind it comes back to play because. Hey, like you said there in the beginning, this ain't Hollywood. This is real. I want to be able to relate to the everyday Joe, the everyday guy. We're just average people, average hunters. I love to shoot nice animals. Don't get me wrong, but you can't eat the horn. So it's just like it's all about your roots. You got to feed your family, man. And but it's trying to do it while I got cameras out in the field, and it adds to everything else that you're doing. And you just got to be on top of your A game some days, and some days, guess what? Your A game's on top of you instead of you being on top of it.
Yeah.
Look what happened last fall, Jamie, when I sent the camera up, and of course, I failed to give him a key.
Man, I thought I had all this badass pheasant footage from opening weekend, man, and the battery was dead for the mic.
Man, that sucks, dude.
It did. And now, like JD and I both now, we've got some Bluetooth mics that can go to our phones or go to our cameras, so we're learning to use it. But every bit of that is just more stuff you have to keep track of and haul with you and wear. But if you want to get good stuff, that's
sometimes you just want to throw it down and start having fun and do some shooting with everybody else. But you're like, man, somebody's got to do this,
Yeah.
Oh, I know. And you know how when the weather's nice out, when it starts to turn to fall a little bit, and you get that crisp air. The cold weather and those batteries don't do so well.
No.
So no. And last year, I know what you mean because I was getting ready to, which I actually did harvest the animal, but I hit record on the camera, and as I looked over and I was getting ready to hit the release and focus back on what I was looking at, the camera just said, "See you, I'm out."
Oh yeah,
and it's like, you know what? I'm already here, man. So it's like I had to make the best of it, man. So I did what I did what I had to do. But it's it's all about everyday Joe, real life, real people. You get it as you get it, man.
Yeah, and it's fun. Absolutely. It's fun. I love it. So, all right, Andy, I tell you what, it's 8:00. Clay, let's hit some of these comments and let's do our poll of the week. Andy, if you want to hang around, you're more than welcome. My friend, it's been great. We're probably going to go another 30 minutes here. If you want to hang on, that'd be awesome. If you got to roll, understandable, but it's up to you, my man.
So I'm with you guys.
All right, awesome, good.
So, Axie chimed in. He says, hang together or hang separately. The anti-hunters and anti-gunners don't want us to have anything. You're right. And they're united in the front that they're after us.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
The PETA people and the anti-gun people, they're all together. It's we gotta probably learn to not fight so much within our own ranks. That's very true.
Yep.
Vance says here, he goes, the object is to kill them and eat them. He says, what we use is irrelevant. There's a lot to be said for that. What you use, who cares? As long as you're good with it, go use it, right?
Yep.
And then Eric put up there, he said, like I said before, I have a buddy that practices long range, so if he has to use it, he is proficient with it. Mm-hmm. But the key is proficient. And he shot an antelope at 118 yards with a compound bull. Yeah,
I mean that's impressive right there.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of like when
try to do that with my. I guarantee you, I wouldn't try and do that with my crossbow. There's no way.
Well, and
But it actually, Clay, we did that story Monday, right? Remember the guy at the bow shop said
Yeah.
crossbows are actually not made to shoot repetitively like a compound bow. They wear out and the strings are out, but so
yeah, he was talking about how you have to replace that string way more. Well, think about it. You're pulling that back, all that pressure.
Yeah, it's always cocked. You know, if you're putting a spot and stock on. I still think that's why I missed that muley, Andy. I had that thing cocked. I was waiting in some buffalo berries. Yeah. And I was there for an hour or so before dark, and I saw this muley coming. I was going to go over and intercept him. Well, of course, he saw me, and then it was 60 yards, and it went under him, and I swear I had a good hold on him. But, hey, my mom tuned in there, and she said, sweet job, Andy.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
So,
all right, Clay, should we you got another comment, or should we hit the poll question of the week here? What do you got?
What do you got here? He says, just Rack's Adventure Team. Don't let the filming sponsorships and expectations from all the keyboard sportsmen take away from the passion you have for the hunt.
Yeah, man, honestly, it doesn't. If anything, maybe you feel this way, Andy. Since I started doing this with Clay, it's actually made me more into it, and it just makes me appreciate it even more. Trying to get my friends. You know, like I said last year, I didn't have a buck tag, but it was probably, and even with all the snow, and it was hard getting to our hunting shacks and moving around, but it was probably one of the funnest hunting seasons I had, to be honest with you.
I think it made me especially more passionate. You know, not that I was not passionate about Second Amendment issues and hunting, but I bet I'm more now. But
I love getting it on video and editing it and making it look good for people to see. And
I was watching Outdoor Channel when it pretty much was first starting. And I mean, they actually had hunting shows that were real and people hunted, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. At one time, I was keeping track. It was a half-hour show, and they literally only showed 7 minutes of actual hunting.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it was a bunch of interviews and crap. And, you know, I don't want to watch that. I want to watch you go out and hunt. I actually got rid of the Outdoor Channel from my Dish Network package back when I still had that because I didn't like watching it anymore.
Yeah, well, and, the outdoor industry TV is
big commercial.
That's another subject. We could spend a whole nother 2 hours talking about that.
Again, talking about
but it's definitely let's put it this way. It's big. It's due for a big overhaul for sure.
Yes, it is. It is.
And it's on the way. I can tell you that now. So I know I do a podcast, the Bowman podcast with Paul Romano and Josh and Cedric.
Yeah, you had it on Spotify there.
Yep. Yep. And
Bowman, it's not like Bowman, North Dakota. It's like Bowman.
It's the Bowman. Yeah, the Bowman podcast. It's and we're actually going to be hitting on this tomorrow. Believe it or not, we're going to be talking about this topic and how the outdoor industry is changing the way of life. But
awesome.
I who was that? Eric that made that? No, the Rack's Team Adventure. I know what you're talking about there because being a diesel technician, trust me, I have my days. I deal with electronics all the time, so I want to throw it in a pile and I want to burn it most days. And I'm done with it. You know,
get that AR you got with that suppressor and light her up there like you did.
Just lay her down, man. I know, but unfortunately, you know, we're trying to capture the moment, and I get it. But sometimes I do leave it in the truck, and it's like, you know what? Let's just go. Let me go beat Andy today. This is what I'm going to do today.
Well, it sounds like you're picking up some fans. Eric said he's going to go find John Commie book and Brian, our fellow MV. He's glad to have another channel to watch, Andy. There ain't no real news on anymore, so might as well watch something and enjoy.
Right on. Yeah, Andy, if you ever meet Brian, hey, man, you and Brian are kind of the same. You guys are big old American boys, tough, big, huge guys. And I was just talking to Brian and his wife this weekend. They were in Bismarck, bought some raffle tickets and got some G&T701 swag. And, hey, Brian's actually the first guy got on the Freedom Seed membership.
Yes, he did. Oh, really? Yeah, that's what he was telling me that. Yeah, we have new memberships, so, yeah. Freedom Seeds, I like that. We came up with that.
All right, man. Let's hit this poll, Clay.
All right, let's bring her up here. I got to find it now. I know I just reloaded it, but where'd it go?
All right, so the poll. All right, I got it written down. It's electronics we were just talking about, right, Andy?
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so poll of the week was, what is your EDC knife, which is everyday carry? And Clay, I got to tell people, Clay didn't know what EDC was. And
I didn't speak millennial very well.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Troy didn't know either. He texted me. He's like, EDC, that's everyday carry, right? So the options, there we go. The options were number one, folding, fixed blade, switchblade, other, or box cutter. So The number one, Clay, was runaway with what percentage was what, Clay? What was
83%, and that was the folding everyday
crushed
carry
it?
knife,
81 votes folding knife.
which didn't
folding knife.
surprise me, honestly.
No. Number 2,
9% comes in with the fixed blade.
Yep. And 3, which I didn't know this many people had them, but I put
that one actually surprised me. Switchblade was 5%, and I'll be honest, that one actually surprised me. It even got 5%.
Yeah, and then other came in at 2%, and I would say box cutter was number 5 at 0, but other I put box
we
cutter
must
in there
have gained
later.
one. I went and grabbed this. We got 1%.
Oh, okay, because a bunch of people were putting. I said
Well,
box.
I'll show you one here. I
got that one actually. I got to say one Trampus has.
Trampus Brenner, he had that one in there, and then we got a couple other comments here. Bob Crumpton, I work every day, so mine is a folding box cutter.
Yep.
Dave, which is Dave Fetting, he's got his Kershaw 1730 SS.
Yep.
Small enough not to be a nuisance, but big enough to still do the task. He's
Love
right. I got several Kershaw. They do hold an edge really well. They really do.
Yep.
And Paul Helms, he's got a Kershaw live wire. Travis Roy butter knife.
Yeah, say what I responded to him about that
and
too.
And JB responded, Travis Roy, about what I figured from an AK man.
AK-47.
So you have to go watch last week's show and you'll understand what the AK man thing is about.
Travis is a big AK-47 pimp, Andy, and I'm a big AR-15. I like AKs, but AR-15 far superior weapon.
Oh yeah.
So Andy, what's your EDC, Andy? What do you carry every day?
It's a folding knife. Yeah.
Okay, what brand you got going? And you got a particular brand you like, or?
Not really just any particular. I like a whole drawer full of folding knives. So it's just whatever I reach in and grab and pull out that day kind of thing.
I got this one right here. It's a buck, orange, made in the USA buck. I don't know. Nice little knife. It actually holds an edge good. It's probably,
There's
50
my Kershaw.
Bucks. There you go.
Very, very well worn.
So I'm curious, Andy, hunting season, gut hook or no gut hook on your knife?
Gut hook for sure.
Yeah, I'm a big gut hook guy myself.
Yeah,
my dad's anti-gut hook. He gets his fingers down there and he's been doing so many years. That guy's just funny doing it.
Eric asked, he says, "What's your last name again, Andy?"
It's Elliott. Andy Elliott. Yeah,
that's Matt Simon.
2 L's and 2 T's.
2 L's and 2 T's.
Says it's like watching golf. 49 minets of reverse mortgage and Pfizer ads, 8 minutes of pain relief ads, and 2 minutes of gold ads.
Yep, that's about it, man.
Oh, I tell you what, you're right, and it is. That's what Outdoor Channel's a lot like. DJ's got also a spring assist blade. Oh yeah, I like the assist. I really do like those.
Cobra Tech, man, that thing's cutting people just by the name of it, ain't it? All right, man. So Clay, let's should we go on to the top? We got one topic here we're gonna hit on. Like I said, this church security thing. Clay wanted to hit on this.
Yeah, we can hit on that. So I thought it was interesting when I was kind of come across this.
Hold on, like the Babe Winkleman show. I didn't see that one right at the bottom.
Yeah, that was Keith brought that. Yeah,
I missed that one.
The Babe Winkleman. Oh my goodness, yeah, that goes back, don't it? Anyway, what I found interesting about this is that it had a survey. They did a survey of like 1,000 Protestant pastors. They found out that 54% of Protestant churches in the United States now rely on armed church members. And, I know we got states that don't even want you to be carrying in their church. I sat on our church council for years with our own church, and I really didn't care what the law said at that time. It doesn't exist anymore in South Dakota, but I encouraged it. I carried all the time. I still do. I carry everywhere that I can carry in. A lot of places I can't. Anyway, I thought it was very interesting that it's up, though. In 2022, it was only 45%. Now it's 54% than what it was in 2019. Churches with armed private security fell from 23% to 20%. So you can see that shift, guys. They're saying, you know what? Armed people that are practicing their Second Amendment constitutional carry rights, they're the guys to go to. And that makes sense. They're there, right? They're sitting. You don't know who they are. It's probably a big deterrent, just as anything is, if you don't know who's carrying. That's why I've always been a big advocate of the plainclothes people that are in schools. You know, everyone wants to have an armed security guard at the door. Well, that's good, I guess, but harden it. But I'd rather have guys just like on the flights.
Yeah.
They're plainclothes guys walking around. You don't even know who they are. That would definitely be a deterrent.
He'd be one of the ushers. You don't even know it.
Might be, yeah. There was also a reply in there. It says relying on armed police fell from 6% to 5%. So, you know, it fell 1%, and basically they're saying, you know, we can't depend on the police, and I kind of agree with that. Where I live, it's 20 miles for any police officer to get to our place. I think I'll take the armed citizen first.
Are there armed guards that they were paying? Why would you pay them when you can have free security?
Well, exactly.
By your parishioners
parishioners.
I can guarantee you most of them guys we saw in Texas and other places how proficient these guys are, private citizens are with their Indiana. I mean,
right there.
You know, if you want to
I'm just pulling up a graph here. Basically, they have an intentional plan for an active shooter. That's 57%. Armed church members is 54%. That's what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That is their security measure. So 54%. And then it goes, you know, radio communications among security personnel at 26. No firearms policy for the building, 21. Armed private security, 20. And uniformed police officers on site at 5%. So you can kind of see how
my kid just walked in here. That's what I was looking at.
Oh, that's broke out.
So here's, you can't go back on that phone yet.
Another that's killing them, ain't it?
Yeah.
Here's another graphic here that charted out. It says more churches have armed church members for security, and fewer have no firearms policy or an intentional plan. And what they're getting at right
work
there
out well.
Is that you know,
no plan. That works out.
No
good.
plan. Yeah.
Right.
Armed church members are still holding at 54%. And then they compared it to 2019. It's the same thing, same graph we had before, just showing you the comparison from 2022 to 2019. So I'm encouraged to see that you're starting to see these pastors in these churches. They get it. They know that it works. We know it works. Anytime you have more guns, you have less crime. If you've got more people with more proficiency carrying, you don't even know they're carrying, you're always going to be safer in that room than if you're in a place. How many times have we seen it, Jamie? Where do they go? Soft targets, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, always.
We had a whole show when we were talking about when these shooters were out there and talking about how they chose to go a different place because guess what was there? It was a hardened target. Security guards, and you know, I imagine people.
I mean, a bunch of the recent ones in the last year. I mean, they just came out and admitted it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not only that, a bunch of them have said, "Well, I'm going to do it because we need more gun control." They're not listening to what we're doing. Maybe this will make them do it. So,
yeah,
these people are sick, man.
They're sick. They are.
So I got a kick out of some of these breakdowns here too, Clay. I mean, maybe I missed it with my kid. She kind of broke my concentration. That's right. I love her. So she's a good shot too. When you were talking about they're getting smart to this, well, the more highly educated these pastors were, the less they were inclined to let armed parishioners in there.
Imagine that, right? Imagine that.
They learned so damn much at the college that they figured you don't need a gun in there to protect people.
Well, and if you even looked at went farther into that, then they compared male pastors to female pastors. What do you think that was? Male pastors are more likely to select armed parishioners, 59% versus 36% of females.
I was actually surprised by the white pastors are 56% more likely to do it than the African American ones were 33. Man, I mean, hey, the black, like Chicago and the black neighborhood down there where all these shootings happen every weekend. I mean, you'd think these people would see that, but I mean, I guess they think churches are immune to it. I don't get that at all.
I think there's some of that. People believe that a church probably is immune to it. I mean, it happens. We see it happen. We've had it. You know, look what happened down in Texas. It happened down there.
Well,
here's your pastors with no college degree, 60%. They had a bachelor's degree, 61%. And then if they had a master's degree, it was only 50%. So I guess the more education, the dumber they got in the Second Amendment, I guess.
Imagine that, huh?
Oh, an educated man. Now I really hate him.
Yeah. I just watched that movie.
Little Tombstone there. I don't know if you're a Tombstone fan, Andy, but we are.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great movie. You'll love this. You'll like this one, Andy. Pastors in the South are most likely to select armed parishioners, 65%. They
Really?
would come right up there.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me either. Baptists were 73%. Pentecostals were 68. Christian or Church of Christ is 54. Non-denominational 66. And more likely to select than Lutherans, though. Lutherans were only 32%. Now that does surprise me. But I noticed they didn't talk to any of the Catholic churches. And who knows, maybe they wouldn't talk to them or whatever it could be. Methodists, they came in at 36%, and then the Presbyterians or Reformed at 26%. Here's an interesting one. Pastors at churches with an attendance of 250 plus, they were at 74% choosing armed parishioners. Pastors at churches with attendance of 100 to 249, 66%. And in attendance 0 to 49 came in at 41%. So, but 41% of 50 people, that's still a pretty good ratio. So you can't always go on that either. Yeah, I just thought it was in an interesting article. I don't know why they decided to even do this survey, but it kind of brought some light to what's happening in our Christian community.
It was actually higher than I thought it was going to be percentage wise, Clay.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, but
and I'm happy. I mean, it was up almost 10% from 2019.
Yeah, for sure. So we got we got some comments going on here.
All right, should we put these
you
up?
better get Sandra's comment up there. I see on the bottom. Oh yeah.
One thing I can say, I'm safe if my husband is with me. Absolutely.
Yes, you are.
And I can tell you
I have no doubt.
My wife says that too, but most time now she's carrying, so that happens.
Dang,
happens.
double safe.
They do. They can't. Hey, better to be armed and not be armed.
That's right. Better to not need it and have it than have it the other way.
Yes,
Rack's Adventure Team, I carry in church. Definitely carried when I pastored up there in Bullhead. And Vance, I don't blame you in Bullhead over there. By the way, we just had a shooting over in that area. I couldn't believe it.
No, he didn't. Bismarck,
nobody got hurt. They just fired a couple rounds off, but it happened just 9 miles to the east of me in Watauga. The guy, I knew who the guy was, and he's always
we need more gun control.
He ended up going down to Bullhead, and they finally were, we need more gun control. Hitting your target.
What happened there in Bismarck there, JD?
There was a 16-year-old girl at a party, and some 19-year-old who was already at a youth record multiple run-ins with the police. Ended up being he was 19. He was already a felon. I believe what happened there is he popped. I don't know if he had a relationship with this girl at some point or what, but they were at a party. He apparently dropped the magazine out of the gun. Must have not thought there was one in the chamber. Pointed at her head and pulled the trigger, and there was one in there and killed her. So,
man,
unbelievable.
Man.
I mean, terrible story, but yeah, that's.
Brian Warner, he chimed in. He says maybe some principals should listen to the pastor.
Oh, big
right
time
on.
they should.
And we've discussed this school
boards
thing in depth, and it probably should be discussed again. But yeah, and they just don't get it. There's some my dad, he's a hardened liberal, and he don't get it. He just doesn't get it. Of course, he thinks it's never going to happen in Lemon. It can happen anywhere.
Oh yes,
it can happen anywhere. Matthew Simon, of course, if you know Matt, if I'm going to be martyred at church, I'm taking some ears with me. I love it.
We'll make a necklace out of them, I suppose.
Legends of the Fall, right?
Yeah.
Eric Newman, if a mass killer comes into our church, there is no need to even call the cops. He says, we'll just call the funeral home, come pick up, do their business. And that's pretty much how it would be at our church, too. Just respond and pick up the body.
Should be that everywhere. I mean, and then these guys will quit doing. I mean, I'm saying they're going to totally quit doing it, but I guarantee it'd put a huge gash into the percentage of these guys doing.
Wherever there's resistance, it will make it stop. Now they might go somewhere else, but they definitely if they knew there was resistance in churches.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, some of them just got a suicide.
They're not going to go there.
No.
So Lynette, she says, and the local news said none. I'm guessing she's referring to that story you were just talking about.
Yeah, I was actually going to look into that a little more before on Friday with Todd Clay, maybe.
Okay, sounds good.
Well,
we're not. Let's see. Yeah, Friday. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one we're not doing, but we're going to do it on Monday.
Oh my God, that's
Teach what's on there can't be shot at church if you aren't there. True statement, I guess.
Oh man!
Yeah, I
All
know
right,
the
Clay.
guy.
What do you thinking, Clay? We gonna do a two-way bullet point? Or should we go into Clay's? It's 8:20, man. I think maybe we
Tell
should
you what,
just go
let's do
Clay's
one more.
commies and
Let's do one more timeout and thank our sponsor, Laura Auto, and then we'll
yep.
come back. We'll do Clay's Commie
We'll do
Company.
Clay's commies. We're
And the
gonna do the happy
happy
ending. So all right, here we go. I'm actually gonna redo this because I'm still saying spring in this commercial. Doug, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to
Oh,
redo this, Clay.
we gotta redo
We
that
can't
then.
change it tonight anymore. Unless you want me to go off the cuff, which would probably be pretty sweet too. But whatever. The 701 is proud to be sponsored by Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota. If you can't stop by, feel free to give them a call at 701-258-6308. Doug and the guys are ardent Second Amendment supporters and will always shoot straight with service and fair pricing. It's been a long winter with lots of snow, ice, and rough roads, so now's the time to get that alignment checked from the curb shots, potholes, and bumpy snow-covered roads. Summer will be here before you know it, so get that rig scheduled for an AC charge. Make sure and tell the guys at Lowry you heard the sponsored Guns in the 701 and thank them for supporting and promoting our Second Amendment civil right. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 309 South Washington Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 701-258-6308. Your North Dakota proud, patriotic auto repair service.
All
Yeah,
right.
baby.
Yeah, we'll have to redo that, won't we? We can get
Yeah,
that
we are.
done.
Thanks. Hey, thanks, Lauer Auto. You guys rock. Blind Guy, you're awesome. You guys patronize our sponsors. Make sure and tell them you're happy they're sponsoring Guns in the 701.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
All right.
Andy, before we go into this, I don't want to forget, you got any of your sponsors, man. I know your sponsor, we were talking about it, but hey, without sponsors, the bus rolls a lot harder, man. So if you got some sponsors you want to name off, feel free to do it, brother.
Man, I just want to really thank everybody. Huntworth Camo, Bear Archery, Silent Night Veins, Afterlife's Taxidermy Pro Shop over in Cammy, North Dakota. Shane runs that, and just got a bunch of great guys that we work with, Ozonics, and it's just without those guys, it some of the stuff is possible, but like you said, it can kind of get deep pockets, right? And sometimes it don't make you as much money as you want it to make you sometimes, but it's all about
Right.
reach, and but yeah, I just want to thank all those guys and all the people that's watching, kind of following along with our adventure and see what we're doing. I appreciate it, guys, and hopefully we hang in there and we can all make it through here 24, and we'll see what happens. If it works out like I want to, we're probably going to do something a little bit on a bigger scale, launch on a bigger platform, maybe Carbon TV to start with. But I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do with big outdoor television yet, because like I said, there's a change coming. There's a tidal wave, and that's going to get an overhaul. So we'll figure that out.
Well, if you get in, don't forget the little guys here at Guns in the 701.
I got you. Hey, I got you, brother. I got the Guns in the 701 sticker rocking on the back of the Blade Rain trailer, man.
Absolutely. Andy's got a sweet trailer he pulls around, man. Yeah, he does. Danny G, he's got the decal on there for sure, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, Hey, I got a big spot, man. We need one of those big ones. We can slam it right in the center in the back. It'll be perfect there.
Talk to our boy down there at Signs of Wonders.
We got to get you a Guns in the 701 cap too, Andy. There's no doubt about that, brother.
For sure. Yeah. No, I've seen some of those awesome caps you guys had. You guys sell out all those caps already that you had?
We're pretty close. We got
order. More.
Some just came in today, and the other ones are on order, but we still got some. What's your favorite color? You like the one black, or you like the neon one that Clay's got there?
The black one. The black ones are pretty sleek.
The straight black ones. All right. You like the silver lettering or the gold?
The silver for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I seen the gold one there. That one's pretty cool. It's got the camo on it too.
Yeah, you want the black one though, right? With the silver.
Yep, that black with the silver.
And the patches. I don't know if you got them today, Jamie.
Yeah, I did get them. I got them, Clayton.
Yeah,
you bet.
Good deal.
You bet. I got the raffle tickets there. Whalen Urban. When you listen to this, I'll be down tomorrow. Whalen bought a couple of them camo caps.
So if David's still listening, you hear that? Jamie got the tickets. So some of those
I got them for David too. You bet I do. Yep.
And if we're not, I'm going to shameless plug here. If you're not familiar, it's basically here's our raffle we got going. North Dakota Farm Bureau, Grant Sioux County. It's a $20 ticket. It's on a Noreen AR-10. These are made in Belgrade, Montana. Chambered in a 30-06. We had some customization done to it by A&E Engraving. They actually Cerakoted that gun in black. It's not the greatest picture, but that's the one we have.
Yeah, it doesn't do it any justice. I can promise you that.
And it's got stainless steel custom engraved plates, which look pretty cool, guys. So if you want a ticket on that, get a hold of me or JD, and we'll get you set up. They're going fast. There's a little better picture of that. And they did a fantastic job down there. You know, it's classy and simple. It wasn't really the vision I had at first, but I do love the way it turned out. So, guys, this is a hell of a gun, and tickets are going fast. So.
Hey, look at here. Here my dad called. Hey, Dad, thanks for listening to the show.
What are you doing?
I know there's some people listening to Golden Valley, so when Dad comes into the bar, give him hell. Oh, that's hilarious.
So I got a couple here. He said, Vance, he goes, great show, guys. Keep it up. Andy, we'll be looking out for your show. You're going to get some fans there. I'm pretty sure of it. So.
Yeah, good. Hey, man, Andy.
Your wife says yes. Add to your hat collection.
Oh, yeah.
Andy, we definitely going to have you back on, man. It's fun having you on, but we're not done. We're not done yet, so don't split yet.
Yep. So David says, bring the goods. He goes, that's a sweet BN36X. And that's, we got that gun from David at 1760 Sports Incorporated, or LLCs, LLC. If you're interested in some FFL work there, Andy, we can hook you up. This guy, and he knows what he's doing. He's right there in Mandan if you're ever over there.
And I am an AR-15 pimp, and I have my hands on that thing. Like that is a sweet AR, nice and tight. AR. Got a sweet trigger, and you don't got to get rid of that junk 7.5 pound factory trigger. I mean, the coating on there is real nice. Them inlays that Clay was talking about, super nice. Nice and light. It's a solid rifle, no rattle on that upper and lower. It's a quality firearm. So.
All right. Well, then I guess that'll bring us. We're going to quickly go through, and I think it's rightfully so, and that's going to be Clay's Commie Company.
Yeah, let's do it.
Little Russian there, you know.
Comrade Putin would be proud.
Very proud. Break bread, drink vodka. All right, so I kept it local here, guys. Commie Company of the Week is Laughing Sun Brewery Company in Bismarck, North Dakota. And I'm not even going to tell you where they're at because they're a commie company. I'm going to encourage you not to go there. They're owned by Democrats. That should say enough. So when we went in there and I was working for the NRA, I helped out the committees as well, going around trying to find the basically sponsorships and donations for our banquets for the NRA Foundation. And this guy blew up at me, and I found out he was the owner. And the NRA, you just think
angry
of everything.
Leftist.
Angry leftist. Think of anything and everything as far as the rhetoric goes, and that's what he called me. We had a blood on our hands. We're responsible for everybody's death. And this guy just come unhinged. I was like, well, I'm going to make sure everybody knows about this guy. And I did. I don't know if it hurt his business, but I won't do business there. And, obviously they're not a Second Amendment supporter. So I would encourage nobody to go in there. What's that?
He claims he is.
He claims he is, but he's not. Of course, he's going to claim he is, just like every other Democrat. They want your business, they want your money, but do not do business with this.
10 rounds to kill a deer. What's his name there from New York? The old Governor Cuomo. Anyway, go on.
But anyway, so that's my Commie Company of the Week. It's very
Laughing Lib,
Bismarck, and tell them to just pound it and don't go. There's other places. Go hit Rick Becker's bar. That's a better place to go.
I think he sold it, actually.
Did he finally sell it?
He might have. If he hasn't, didn't he? Okay.
The Loof. I know that he had it.
The Loof, yeah.
And I absolutely know that the money Rick makes is going to go to constitutional conservative things. So, go hit the Loof. If he still owns it, go hit the Loof. That's the place to go. That's my Commie Company of the Week, and we're going to keep it short.
All right. So we're going to keep it short, too, so you know what's coming up next right here.
Oh, yeah. Just never gets old seeing that.
Hey, Clay, by the way, Laughing Sun Brewery, you know what you are?
Nasty person.
There you go. Perfect.
That is dead on the money.
We keep that baby queued up all the time.
Yeah, thank you for the help, President Trump. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you. All right, so Like, hey, man, there was so many Texas ones again, but I specifically looked for one not from Tejas, and I did find one. So, all right, here we go. Police were called to a residence in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, where they make Barrett 50s. The evening of May 5th, after a resident shot 2 home intruders. Reportedly, the 2 intruders were masked and wearing gloves when they broke through the home's front door, tased the family dog, and held a teenage resident at gunpoint. The homeowner, however, was able to retrieve his own firearm and shoot the 2 scumbags several times. One of the pieces of trash, a 52-year-old man, died at the scene. Yes. And the other, a 42-year-old man, was detained shortly after fleeing. He was taken to the hospital with multiple gunshot wounds and will face charges of aggravated burglary, attempted aggravated robbery, convicted felon in possession of a firearm. What? He didn't care about the laws? And possession of a firearm during a commission of a violent crime. That, my friend, is a happy ending. One scumbag that's not going to bother anybody anymore, and the other one going back to prison.
Absolutely. That's always great.
Hopefully, hey, Matt, if you're still listening, hopefully when he goes back to prison, he plays some dogging as the recipient.
And the other one, well, he assumed room temperature and is no longer.
He's underground like a prairie dog.
There you go. So David,
right.
I'm going to put one more thing. David here chimed in. That rifle's going to make, he's talking about that AR-10, make any grown man a 12-year-old.
Oh, yeah. That thing's sweet, man.
Our toys just get bigger, don't they?
And, yeah, more expensive.
So,
all right. So, Andy, why don't you give us a wrap up again here? Give everybody your social media and
I got it up right here, guys.
Blade Rain TV at Facebook. You can find Blade Rain TV, Instagram, YouTube, and you can hit us up there and watch what we're doing, follow what we're doing, and look forward to hopefully bumping into some of you guys out on the road. You don't never know who you're going to bump into out there. It's kind of weird. I bumped into some people in the Montana here, I don't know, last trip, not this very last bear trip, but the trip before, that kind of watched what was going on and didn't have a clue. I passed them off a Huntworth hat and they were happy and were tickled to death, man. So yeah, so I got some fans out there, so we're just growing some eyeballs and just kind of doing what we're love to do, man.
Awesome. And so
my thought is, Jamie, is if we get our prairie dog thing put together where we just go shooting, maybe you'd like to come down in this redneck country of the res and have some fun.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry, brother. Hey, I'll bring the pickup truck at Tanner ride. I'm sure we can find something
else. There we go.
Man, it don't get much funner than that, does it, Andy?
My wife says I won't give her my autograph. I promise her if I do have to sign anything, she'll be the first hat that she gets with my autograph on it.
There we go.
Your wife sounds like a character. She kind of like you, I think.
I think he definitely married up.
Yeah.
Didn't we all?
Yeah. She keeps me in line, man. She's the queen here at home. So without her, there's a lot of stuff that couldn't be possible, man. So it's
Hey, Dave there from 1760 Sports, Andy, you can hook us up on the Tannerite, he said.
There we go.
That's another hard enough to get.
Yeah. So Andy, give everybody where can we find you on social media again?
Blade Rain TV, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And like I said, those of you guys that listen on the podcast, Facebook and Commie Tube, I call it YouTube. If you want to find him on YouTube, it's just at Blade Rain TV. He's just like ours. He's got his own username, so pretty easy to find. Go if you just go on there and search it, you'll bring it right up.
Yep. Yeah, go give us some thumbs up, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go subscribe, have some fun, and again.
Andy, like I said too, after the show's over, Clay's going to upload this to iHeart and pretty much, like I said, basically every podcast platform you can. So I know you boys there on Bowmen podcast, not Bowman.
Yep. The Bowman's on iHeart, Spotify.
Okay. It is on iHeart. Okay.
Yeah, it is on iHeart. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I'm looking up more on there then. But yeah, we're on there, and Andy's on there a couple times, right? And you said you're going back on there next week on the Bowman. Is that you said you're going back?
I've been on there a few times actually. We're recording another episode tomorrow night.
Where are those guys out of the Bowman?
Well, there's a couple of different guys. You know, you got Paul. He's from Romano Outdoors. He's out from Virginia, and then Josh. They're from Triple Point. He's from Ohio, and then Troy from Green Light. He's Ohio, and then Cedric and oh man, Cedric and I'm trying to remember the other guy's name. I'm
Sorry,
horrible.
Cedric. Andy don't remember.
Well, Cedric, it's Caleb. Cedric is down in the Ozarks, down in Kansas, and Caleb, he is in Nebraska. So those guys have 7 Arrow Media and C2 Media, and
Awesome.
yeah, we're all kind of getting together, doing the nights at the round table kind of thing, bringing a lot of topics to life, talking about different things and everyday things that we do, and you know, stuff that people's fighting over and stuff that we need to be fighting for and not fighting for. You know how that goes.
All right. Well, check these guys out, the Bowman podcast. Andy's on there with them. Sounds like some good dudes. It sounds like guys kind of got the same scent we got, so we got to hang together, just like Axe said, man.
Absolutely, yeah. And
all right,
Blade
Clay,
Rain TV, guys, go check it out on YouTube, Facebook, and everywhere else that they have their.
Where are we going to be at Friday, Clayton?
Friday, we're going to be on Mitchell in the morning. Of course, that comes on at 7:40 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:40 a.m. Central Time, 5:50 a.m.
And iHeartRadio Live and multicasted on where, Clay?
Comes on our YouTube channel, Rumble, Twitter if it's working. I did have to ask Twitter tonight because it wasn't working real good. But yeah, it's on all of our Facebook. It's on all of our streaming platforms. And I've got that set up pretty good. Usually I can go live with that and don't have too much issues.
I guess if Elon doesn't like we ask that, if he wants to get in the MMA thing, I can give him a little pimp hand like I did that.
There you go. I think we were just pushing too much through.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You know, I wish Twitter would kick it off, but it doesn't. And Monday we're not going to be on. We're not going to be on KFYR Plus. It's going to be a holiday for them, so we're not going to be on In the Crosshairs with Jay Dillon. Clay and I were talking about maybe popping on there. If we do, we'll give you guys a heads up, because I'm not quite sure, Clay, if I'm going to Golden Valley Friday yet. That's probably what my dad was calling for, but
yeah. No, and that's, I'll tell you what, Friday on K-Fire, we'll probably let everybody know whether we're going to be on.
Yeah.
Doing a special live just on our own on Monday at the same time slot.
I was going to think if we do that, man, I still got this Patriots thing here from Marty Beard.
There we go.
Andy, if you don't know Marty Beard, you got to meet. You know Marty, Andy? You ever met Marty?
I don't think so, brother.
Oh man, you're in for a treat if you ever meet Marty. That's a great American right there, man. First he's going to want you to do is go coon hunting with him too. Yes. He's a passionate coon hunter, and he knows all about it too, man. He's awesome. Marty's an awesome dude
to the core.
Where's he out of?
He lives southeast of Bismarck here. And I don't want to say the township he lives in, so I get it wrong. You might kick my A, but the blind guy, one of our sponsors, is a neighbor. It's about, I want to say...
They call it Sawyer? Is that what he calls
it? About 10, 15 miles southeast of Bismarck here, but...
I got you.
Yeah. He used to own the Turd Burglar. It was a septic pumping deal. He owned that for years, and he's a farrier, and he worked for the state. And Marty's he was a teacher. He's a multifaceted dude. He definitely was born 100 years too late.
Well, Marty, bring it on up here to the river, man, because I tell you what, we got some coons we needed to get rid of.
Oh man, he's retired now. Look out, you're going to be up there.
I can tell you this, with Marty, with his Turd Burglar business, he had on the back of it said hauling Obama's stimulus.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him your number. He's gonna ask me, Andy. He'll get a hold of you. I guarantee you, Marty. Yeah, he'll come up there for sure. He'll enjoy his company. He's a good dude. So, all right, man. Clayton, hour 37. We better end this. Andy, appreciate you coming on, buddy. It's been fun. It's been awesome. I hope you want to come on with us again sometime. Yeah. Like I said, I'll let you know what I'm seeing for deer. Let you and me keep in touch by the Texas with some pictures and whatnot, and we'll kind of keep it on the down low if we're seeing any big ones. But you know how that goes.
We'll wait to disclose those on the
until we take a picture with it, right? Yeah, here we go. Right. There was no big ones except this one. I got him right here.
It's all about the angle, man. It's all about the angle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
With that, guys, we appreciate all the support. We appreciate you watching and tuning in. Thanks to Andy again from Blade Rain Television. And until next week, guys, keep your powder dry.